All right, welcome to part one of the midweek review. This right here gonna be a complete breakdown and recap of my trade of this week on USD CAD. We can see exactly how I found this clean entry. But right off the bat, I'm pretty much sure everybody can see how very simple and effective this trade was. This is why I constantly tell guys all the time, if you don't see a great setup you're sure about, then you're not going to enter into that trade. But seeing things like this, how it makes perfect sense, it is so very easy to find an entry. And most likely, when you're in this kind of condition of the market, being a ranging market, it's easy to get in for a buy or sell in that respectable price action zone, whether it be a level of resistance or a level of support. In this case, in my case scenario, it was a level of support. So real quickly, let me show you exactly what I saw and how I felt about this trade. So off the back, this right here was what I saw initially before I entered the trade. The first thing I was looking for was, right, I saw in the past, it respected the same level of support and pushed right back to the top side. I looked even further in the past and see that time and time again, it respected the same exact level of support around 1.2268, always around that level, it pushed right back to the top side, right? This right here was very significant. And really, if you go to the 3 hour or even higher, you can still see that range time and time again. And initially, I started from the 4, the 3, the 2, and then the 1, and then that's how I found my entry. But don't forget, you want to start from the 3 and 4 hour first to find your strong levels. That's how I found these strong levels. And then from the 4 hour, I went to the 3. From the 3, I went to the 2. And look how it gets more clear the more you go down to the lower time frame. From the 2 hour, I went to the 1 hour, and look at it, right? It's just like this. And don't forget, you always want to back test first to see what happened before you get into a future entry, because most likely we all know by now everything that happened in the past can come right back to the future and do the same thing once again. So seeing this right here, back testing, we can see price action first making this range right about here, and then time and time and time again, it respected that same exact past level of resistance, right? And we can see the same thing going for this same level of support. So on this trade, I was being patient, right? You see, as time go on, it came up just like this. When I saw this on the 1 hour, I did go down to the 45-minute, and this is where I found my entry as far as that morning star pattern at the same exact past level. Seeing this right here, this was my entry. Is this not exactly how we trade? We're trading this range at the same exact past level of support where we saw that time and time again, it always pushed back to the top side. So after this right here formed, I enter my trade, stop loss below the level, and I knew approximately where my TP was going to be at. Why? Because we know very simply this was the past level of resistance. So if I got in for the buy here and price action did break above this mid level, I knew it could come all the way right back to the top side to that same exact past level of resistance. Once I find my entry, I'm then marking up my risk management. I'm saying from here, my entry down here is like 13 or 12 pips. It's not a lot at all, but the profit can be all the way to 44 or higher in most cases, right? If that level decides to be broken. But that's why, besides knowing the entry, it's a perfect trade. You're only risking 13 to 12, but going for 44 or more than that if it breaks that level. So seeing it just like this, I had no choice but to get into that trade. I mean, everything is in place for me to enter this trade. It's going exactly exactly as we expect, right? Everything is there. The morning star, the past level of support, the high level of support and resistance being found on the 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, right? So this entry is very easy and very important to look for as far as your way to enter the market. You want to find things like this that is just easy, that just makes perfect sense. So after that entry, as you can see, look at it, right? It fell back down. You're getting nervous. You shouldn't be. If it doesn't come to your stop loss, don't touch it. Everybody should know that by now, right? Look at it, right? Don't get nervous. Don't be scared. Nothing. Look at this. Eventually, boom, it's trying to push up. Boom, is trying to push up. And when it breaks above this mid-level, you're free, right? Because knowing that it broke above this mid-level and we're looking to the past as we should in back test, we can see these all past touches, right? So breaking above this level, we knew that it could retest here and then go even further. But if you wanted to, you could have taken quick profits. That's your job, right? That's your decision to take money wherever you want to take it at, right? That's the whole point of being a trader. But also being patient and waiting for the move to take place is the best case scenario. So that way you're not getting in and out of any kind of trade, but letting a winner keep on going for you in profit. So seeing this right here, saying to yourself, now that I've broken above this mid-level, I can pull back to the mid-level and go even further. And as time go on, we see that that is exactly what happens. That was a pullback, and we see how it skyrocketed all the way back to the top side. This is how always is very easy. In this case, look how it broke above, clean above that level, and that's simply your trade. Everything went exactly perfect. You enter after the 45-minute evening star, morning star, but still you were using this price action level from the 4, 3, 2, and 1 as your strong level of support and resistance. And that's pretty much why you got into that buy. And seeing how far it pushed up, it went for about 68 pips before trying to come back down real quickly off that spike. But imagine that you was only risking 13 or 12 and you made 68, breaking clear above that level. So this right here was a very simple entry for the week on USD CAD. You understand, making 68 pips is a lot of pips. It can be thousands, if not hundreds minimum, right? So really understand, I know Dogecoin and all this other stuff is going on right now, but don't forget, you are a forex trader and that's your main job. And yes, you can have your portfolio diversified with crypto and stocks and this, but you are a forex trader. Do not deter or turn away from that, okay? So this right here, my trade recap on USD CAD, and I'll see you in part 2 of the midweek review.